Hello there, Bohemian. I'm just responding to your video which I've literally just watched called Richard's Legal Woes. I know this is a story that's obviously very, very big in America. I did see about it over here in the UK the other day, briefly, just spotted it on the internet, I think on the BBC site or something. Totally agree. I mean, the guy deserves what he gets in some ways, but I totally get your point about if it was on the street, in the bar or something like that, you sort it out amongst yourselves. Unfortunately, what's happening now, as you pointed out, is just everybody's now going down the legal route, and it's not just in the US either. I'll give you a UK point of view from this as well, because I know all these sort of things tended to have started in the US. We always think of it over here as of a very much litigation society over there, and it's come about over here as well. We've got a very much a compensation culture is what we call it over here. People suing each other all over the place, but it all sounds very good, but as you sort of pointed out, or going that way anyway, it affects all of us in the long run. Or it may be two guys on a TV show suing someone because they've got a lot of money, and we've seen that happen all over the place, haven't we? Not just in the US but across the world, and they're just getting in there for a quick buck or a quick pound or whatever you want to call it. But it affects everybody. It affects you and me, because over here, I'm sure it's the same over there, but I'll just tell you from the UK point of view, over here we've got places, things like schools. Schools always used to do school trips, whether it be daily trips out to museums, educational trips, field trips, call them what you want, taking the kids out for a day, you know, in the coach and all this sort of, take the lunch with them and all this. Great days out, I remember doing, and you might have done them yourself. Lots of people of my age certainly remember that. Great fun. Go up to London, go around the museums, learn a hell of a lot of stuff, and have good fun as well. A lot of those sort of things now have been stopped, and especially the longer school trips, the school holidays, they're all going by the board now, because no one will actually pay to cut the insurance policies. The insurance policies are going up and up and up because of the compensation culture. A little kid might hurt himself. Fine, yes, it's people need to be supervised. We all know they need to be supervised at all times, and they always have been supervised, but a teacher only has to make one small slip or anything like that now, and the parents will sue, and because of that, and it may take one person for one of their children, I'm not talking about a serious injury, I'm talking about something very relatively minor, they sue the school or threaten to sue the school, and the school thinks, right, I'm not going to bother. The insurance companies put all their premiums up to compensate themselves for this, because they don't want to have to pay out either. And as I said, it affects everybody. We've got firms now that advertise on the TV constantly, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. And what they're doing is asking, have you had an accident at work? Have you had an accident on the street? Is someone else at fault for what's happened to you? Whether it be a car accident, you tripped over on the sidewalk, as you would call it, the pavement, in the road, or you've had an accident at work, this sort of stuff. Did you fall over? That, you know, can you claim against someone? Everybody's doing it. I refuse to, in some ways, because I think this is just the thin end of the wedge. Before long, we will not be able to move. We've got lots of problems over here. The sort of health and safety culture has gone absolutely stupid. People aren't allowed to do things that they weren't allowed to do. They're putting notices up, as you say. The McDonald's example, someone sued them because their apple pie was hot. Well, did they want it cold? You know, and they have to put on coffee cups nowadays may contain some hot liquids or something stupid like that. Well, dear, but that's the reason why it is, and that's it gets up my nose. It annoys me, as it obviously annoys you. I wasn't going to make this video, but there you go. I saw that and thought I'd tell you the side of it from over here. It's getting worse. Unfortunately, I think this is one thing that you lot are to blame for. I don't like to blame the Americans, but on this occasion, we've inherited it from you. We've seen it from your papers, your news stories and things like that, and it's getting worse and worse, and it ain't going to get any better, mate. As I saw one of the comments in your comments section there, saying how can we change it? I don't think we can. It's the thin end of the wedge, as I said. It's snowballing now. Everybody's suing everybody, but ultimately we will not be able to move, because we won't be able to afford insurances. All our insurance premiums are going up through the roof, and then people won't pay the insurance, will they? So if they have an accident, a genuine person has a fire or something like that, they won't have any insurance to cover them. So I suggest people think about that very, very strongly, very, very sensibly, before they actually put in a claim, especially against their employer. Think about it. You put in a claim against your employer and successfully sue them because they managed to get you injured. How long do you think you're going to keep that job? Oh, I don't know. So anyway, and also another thing with this, as you pointed out, lawyers, they're only in it for one thing, and that's money. They're the only people who ever win out of all this, is the lawyers. So bear that in mind as well. Anyway, thanks for the video. Thanks very much. Goodbye.